Shalom, brothers and sisters. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from Yahuwah the Father and Yahusha, our Mashiach, his voice. Hear, O Yasharal. Yahuwah, our mighty one, is one Yahuwah. This is Brother David coming to you again to bring you a special report. The Harvest Moon 2019. I am so excited that I can just jump up and down, run around, and shout to the top of my voice. For Yahuwah has confirmed everything that we are doing, how we have followed his feast days from the crescent moon, then come to the 10th day for the Day of Atonement, and then coming to the Feast of Tabernacles, which starts the evening of the 14th, is correct. It is one thing when you're doing guesswork, but we have went through the scriptures, we've studied for a whole year, and because we have done what we were supposed to do, Yahuwah has revealed to his servant that we are on his time. Let me show you what I mean. Earthsky.org, Harvest Moon. Here in the northern hemisphere, we call the full moon closest to the autumn equinox the harvest moon. Depending on your time zone, 2019's autumn equinox for the northern hemisphere comes on September 22nd or 23rd. And the September full moon comes on the night of Friday, September 13th, for the most of North America, and on September 14th for much of the rest of the world. Thus, for the northern hemisphere, this upcoming full moon, the full moon closest to our autumn equinox, is our harvest moon, or the day of ingathering. Brothers and sisters, this is nature. Nature is like DNA. You can't defeat nature. You can't defeat the orbs in the sky. You can't defeat the equinoxes. You can't do that. They are consistent. They are perfect. They have been going from the beginning or the creation of the earth. The only reason men go against nature is because they're following other men who have given them time frames that are not consistent with what Yahuwah has created. Look at what they're saying. What day do we start our feast day? September 14th in the evening at sundown. In the evening at sundown on the 14th starts your 15th day of the month. From the evening of the 14th to the evening of the 15th. One day. That's the first day of your Feast of Tabernacles. It is a Sabbath. You see it right here, don't you? Why did they have the 13th for North America and the 14th for the rest of the world? Because North America is following who? The Jews. Where are they starting from? The dark moon. All right. How long is the feast to be carried out? It says the first day, which is the 15th day, is a Sabbath, and the 8th day is a Sabbath. If you count 8 days, starting from the 15th day, you're going to come out on the 23rd. September 23rd. Do you see it there? September 22nd or 23rd. How do we count the days? From the evening of the 22nd, which would be a Sunday, to the evening of the 23rd, which would be a Monday, is the 8th day. This is the closest full moon to the autumn equinox. The autumn equinox sends a signal to the world. Time for you to bring in the harvest. According to nature. Do you see our brothers have not been on their game? They have really dropped the ball. What caused me to be on my game? I went out and checked. Not only checked for a whole year the orbs in the sky, but I've been checking the book of Enoch for a whole year to see if it's consistent with the rest of Scripture, because the book of Enoch tells you all of these things. The moon comes out in a different portal in this autumn equinox. And for those who understand the language, when you're looking for the new moon, it's going to be a little further to your left from now on. It's not going to be in the same position because it came out in a different portal. We have 4 seasons per year. This is the autumn equinox. For the first time since we have been Israelites, Yesharalites, followers of the book, we're on time. Not because of me, because of Yahuwah. He has revealed this to us. Do you see how small our channel is? It's not many of us. There's only a few who are going to be chosen. Those few who are going to be chosen are going to take whatever they find out from Yahuwah and run with it. You have to learn this language so you can teach your brothers and sisters. You can't go jumping in their face telling them, you got the wrong date. You're off. No, you can't do that. You have to be able to explain it to them. You have to show them all of the sides. Then you have to be able to show them the Scripture. And most of you are more eloquent than I, because I've spoken to some brothers on this channel here that they're much more eloquent than I am. And you are able to present these facts better than I could ever present them. I do not hold a monopoly on this information. I've presented the information so that you can take it and run with it. Greater things will you do. I'm speaking to the men. The ball is in your court. The Father has assigned us to teach our people. Run with this. This is proof, without a doubt, that we have the right days. The Scripture lined up. Nature has lined up. How did the harvest moon get its name? The shorter than usual lag time between moon rises around the full harvest moon means no long period of darkness between sunset and moonrise for days in succession. This is how you know you're in the right time. Look what happens. Because I've been out there for a whole year studying this, you know that when the sun goes down in the west, and it's the middle of the month, on the 15th day, the moon rises an hour and a half to 2 hours later. But during this time of the autumn equinox and the time of the feast of the 7th month, it goes through a different portal. So as the sun is going down in the west, the moon is rising in the east. So once the sun goes down and you have no more light, guess what takes its place? The moon. In the days before tractor lights, the lamp of the harvest moon helped farmers to gather their crops. So you see, this is done at night. Despite the diminishing daylight hours, as the sun's light faded in the west, the moon would soon rise in the east to illuminate the fields throughout the night. This doesn't happen all year long, brothers and sisters. Who named the harvest moon? That name probably sprang to the lips of farmers throughout the northern hemisphere on autumn evenings as the harvest moon aided in bringing in the crops. Well, we know of it as the Feast of Ingathering, so we'll call it the Ingathering Moon. This lines up with the dates that Yahuwah has given us. It lines up with Enoch, lines up with Sirach, it lines up with the book. It does not line up with the Israelite brothers in the camps, nor does it line up with the Jews. Why is that, Brother David? Because the Israelite brothers are starting their month this evening, the evening of the 14th. They're just celebrating their Day of Trumpets, which means that if they're going to go to the Day of Atonement, the Day of Atonement would be the 25th day of the month. Didn't he say the 10th day? But because they've come from the imaginations of their own mind, so many of our brothers and sisters will find their beds in the lake of fire. You have to be on his time when he comes. You have to have removed yourself from the ways of this world. You have to seek him with all of your heart, mind, and soul. If you haven't done that, get on point. Brothers and sisters, this is 400 years. And in this 400th year, 7th month, Feast of Tabernacles, Yahuwah has revealed something to us that is concrete, that cannot be beaten. No one can beat this. I don't care. They don't have an argument that can come to destroy this, because it's all lined up according to nature. To say something against what I'm showing you now is to go against nature. If you go against nature, who you're going against? Yahuwah. How can you be for him and against him at the same time? It's the same thing that I used to say in the church. How can you be for him and against him? It just doesn't make sense to me. We have been blessed beyond all imagination. The Father has revealed to us together in a collective. We've been through this together for a whole year, and I've been showing you piece by piece that everything that Yahuwah says about his feast days and his Sabbaths, they all line up according to what's in the scripture. They don't line up according to what men say. And the only way that you're going to know that these men are liars is if you investigate it for yourself. I can tell you all day, it's nothing like you investigating it for yourself. We have a few people on this channel that have investigated it and proven it to themselves. Enjoy your feast day. Eat, drink, be merry. For our Mashiach is soon to come. Shalom.